through music, there's a lot of militants on like, let's go this way, let's go that way, or they're preaching essentially an ideology, which is great, right? Because I see most of it as conservative. I mean, look, I've tried to make this correlation years ago, and people said that I missed it, but I still think I'm right. When I see this like LGBTQ XYZ insanity movement trying to attach itself to Black Lives Matter, I said, this isn't going to end well. Black people are conservative by nature. They go to church. Their mamas and their grandmamas take them to church and preach the Lord. You're not going to bring all this homosexual jargon into their movement, and it's not going to be okay. And then I've seen points where I was vindicated, where like Black Lives Matter is trying to do, and I'm saying Black Lives Matter in the sense of the organization, because I think the organization's corrupt as
right.
Okay, I'm saying as in the words, Black Lives Matter. Every life matters. Yes, Black Lives Matter. You have a right to go defend yourself, your interests, like any other ethnic group or racial group or whatever. The only problem is that I've seen it where people advocating for the end of, violence and discrimination against blacks, and then all of a sudden all these rainbow-haired people come on walking up,
right.
and they start be like, yeah, no justice, no peace. They're like, hey, we don't fuck with you. I've seen those videos,
right.
and I'm just like, oh, I love this, because I've been saying this for a very long time, and people say I'm crazy. No, that it's two in the same. I'm like, no, it's one in the same. No, it's not.
So you feel like the gay culture that you were brought up in and are enamored with, to some extent, that it's been kind of co-opted by the trans movement?
I'm gonna just correct you there, because I am not enamored whatsoever with anything.
You don't like gay culture?
I cannot stand gay culture.
Really?
I'll tell you why. I'm gay. That's it. That's between me and the four walls of my bedroom. I don't need to push that shit on you. I have rights. I've never felt like any rights. I think I have, in my opinion, you and I have the same exact rights as men in this country, period. That who you sleep with makes no difference on your rights. The Bill of Rights covers us both equally, right? So all this nonsense of DEI and gender equality and all of this other stuff, it's just pandering for political bullshit. It's all garbage. Nobody has less rights than others. And now, as far as the trans movement, fuck yeah, the trans movement hijacked the gay agenda and has made it about an issue that, quite frankly, I don't agree with. I don't agree with transgenderism as being something that we shouldn't treat as anything else other than a mental health issue.
Really?
It's true.
So you can't take a trans person at face value when they tell you that they want to live their life as a woman?
I'll take them at face value because I believe in your individual freedom, but I don't think the government should pay for your gender reassignment. I don't think the government or health insurance companies should be forced to pay for all the litany of medications that you need in order to live the unnatural way that you want to live. I mean, you take a trans woman, for instance, away from all her hormones, she'll grow a beard just like you. You take same thing for a girl. You take all those hormone blockers, she'll start squeaking and talking feminine, and her boobs are going to just pop up. So it's just a reality.
Does this opinion put you at odds with a large percentage of the gay community, or is this like mainstream opinion of gay men?
This opinion is the opinion of the silent majority of the gay community that doesn't have the testicular fortitude to say it, and I say it on camera. But it's also the same opinion that you'll find liberals and conservatives meeting on this issue, because essentially all the trans movement is doing now is encroaching on Title IX and women's rights.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you have kids?
Yes, 3-year-old daughter.
Do you want your daughter in the same locker room as a boy?
No, I do not.
Enough said.
I don't want her to have to compete against a person who went through puberty as a man in a track.
Oh, so you're making the case. Yeah. You're making the perfect case for Riley Gaines' lawsuit against the NCAA on Leah Thomas. Leah Thomas is a man.
The left could not possibly find a worse cause to attach themselves to.
It's terrible. Nobody should attach
the trans women in sports thing. That is such a losing proposal. They have to be willing to actually take up arms against that shit at some point, right?
They have to. I mean, Democrats in general have. It's that progressive caucus of 100 somewhat plus in Congress, and I want to say a third of the Democrat Party today in the country That's the problem. They're the ones advocating for that. Leah Thomas is a man.
Right.
As in traditional saying, you would say in the Maury show, that's a man, Maury. Dude had a crotch packed, swimming in the middle of a bunch of girls.
Right.
He stole the title. He stole the title from all those girls.
And I've sat and had conversations with a room full of trans women, and absolutely none of them were on the side of Leah Thomas.
Nobody.
And nobody, and they're very much against like weird, freaky pronoun culture that we're pretty much surrounded by at this moment in time. Yeah.
Look at Caitlyn Jenner. I mean, God bless Caitlyn Jenner, you know.
Right.
Like, to live your entire life as Bruce Jenner, an American hero, and then become Caitlyn Jenner, that shit takes balls.
Right.
No pun intended, right? But the reality is even Jeffree Star, who's a mega influencer, and there's no bigger megalomaniac than in the YouTube verse of podcasting than Jeffree Star, right? All that attention, all that fame. Jeffree Star straight up said that pronoun bullshit, that's insanity. I don't fuck with that. It's he and her, and that's it. All that other extra shit, people were just bored out of their minds in the lockdowns and just came up with shit. I do not conform to gender requests. Like, oh, I'm a they, them. No, you look like you're a he.
I'm
her.
not doing that.
You know, like I literally look at people's crotch. Hey, it looks like you're a he.
Right.
Or I look at their boobs like, you look like a her. And I will not, that's offensive. I'm like, blow up, darling, because it ain't changing. You know, I'm not using gender neutral language. I don't even know how to.
Lil Uzi Vert wanted to be known as a them at a certain point.
Who?
Lil Uzi Vert is like a very, very popular rapper. 100% masculine presenting, has obviously never had any kind of like surgery or whatever, but apparently at some point he decided that he wanted to be they, them. And I had to actually tell my news team, we are not doing this. It is a he.
Demi
We're
Lovato.
going to say he.
She tried to do that shit. Now she's back to she, her.
I know.
Because it didn't work.
That was a bad look for that movement, for sure.
It was a very bad look.
Demi Lovato like just switching sides that quick is like, this makes it look like a joke to
It
everybody.
is a joke.
Yeah.
But it is a joke. And if you don't think it's a joke, then you're asleep at the wheel. The whole they, them, non-binary bullshit, those people need mental health. That's what they need. They need a doctor. They need our healthcare system to be fixed so that they can be taken care of.
Definitely.